Toastmaster Dinesh. Toastmaster Dinesh is a HSC superintendent, is a dual member of American Society of Professionals in Kuwait since October 2018, and Dinesh has joined Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters 1st of April 2021, and this will be his level 2, level 1, project 3. The topic of the speech is smartphone addiction. Well, let me invite his evaluator, Namati Akpan, to read out his purpose statement and objectives. Namati, over to you.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Dimutu. Toastmaster today, I love the way you refuse to procrastinate on very important issues. It's a great pleasure and honor to evaluate a brilliant speaker, Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar today. He is on innovative planning pathways. He'll be getting a speech from level 1, project 3. The objective of the speech is for him to learn or review basic research methods and to present a well-researched and organized speech for his club. The speech is supposed to last for 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Dinesh, I wish you a brilliant and successful delivery. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dinesh Kumar, smartphone addiction. Smartphone addiction, Dinesh Kumar, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. Please, timer, give me some time. My PPT is loading. I think net is slow.
We can see.
You can see?
Dinesh? Yeah, it's loaded.
But I cannot see myself.
Oh, yeah. So, it's the first slide, smartphone addiction. We can see the first slide. Yeah, now move to the second. Okay, again back.
I cannot see. Okay, now okay. Okay, I am ready.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. Life was much easier when the apple and blackberry were just a fruits. A smartphone makes you closer to person far from you, but it takes you away from the ones sitting next to you. Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, good evening. How many of you here bachelor? Please raise your hand. I am not talking about your marital relation, bachelor. I am asking about how many of you the master or bachelor degree. Okay. So you have the lover. How many of you have the lover, even the married? Nobody can say that publicly, I know. So you can chat me personally if you have the lover and your name and how long you have, because I have lover. My phone is like my lover. It's the last thing I see at night and the first thing I wake up every morning. A smartphone is a great source of the pleasure, but also a distracting tool, and the fact is not to procrastinate the cell phone but use it gradually. It is important to identify when the use of the technology has changed our life into something addictive. Global survey by a company named the Finance Online said there are 5.22 billion smartphone users in the world, and this accounts for 66.6% of the global population. Link is the source of the website I mentioned here, link financesonline.com. What is the smartphone addiction? The picture image self-explanatory. What is the smartphone addiction? Smartphone addiction, or to give it real name, nomophobia. Nomophobia. It's called the no-mobile phobia. Nomophobia, also called the disease of the 21st century, is the irrational fear of the procrastination of the cell phone, and it occurs due to the dependence on these devices. Smartphone addiction is exactly in the same way as you might get addicted to cigarette or alcohol. But normally you cannot say how you are addicted without any proof. So what is the smartphone addiction evidence? A study from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of the Technology, found that students who were asked to give up their phones for just 24 hours and suffered from anxiety and confusion without their mobiles. A real evidence many of you experienced phone withdrawal symptom like increase your blood pressure or the heartbeat when you forget your phone at home and reach to the office and you realize, oh, I don't have the phone. Even though its phone is the safe custody of your wife at home, but your heartbeat is increasing. What is the smartphone addiction sign and the symptom? Feeling of uneasiness, anxiety, or irritability if you procrastinate your phone. Using your phone for longer than you intended, or continuing to use your phone even though there are negative consequences like your eyes getting tired or your wife getting angry, but you're not stopping your phone. This is called the symptom of the addiction. Now, how many of people are addicted? Can you count anyone these sheeps? Difficult. So it is tough to say exactly how many people are addicted to their phones. And addiction really depends on the profession. For example, if I say DTM Kajetan and his better half, Toastmaster Priscilla, can pick up their phones 50 times a day because one is the group manager and other is the entrepreneur. They have emails, messages, or phone calls, so they have to attend. And that is perfectly normal for them. In fact, it would negatively impact their job or business if they don't use that smartphone. Same time, if a janitor in the DTM Kajetan office and the housemaid in Toastmaster Priscilla's house pick up their phone 20 times a day, may get into trouble at work for using their phone too much. Smartphone addiction statistics. Even though it is impossible to say exactly how many people are addicted to their phones, there are some scary statistics show that mobile use is not as innocent as you might think. There are 5.22 billion smartphone users in the world. This accounts for 66.6% of the global population. And the source already I mentioned in the image. This is Finance Online company. They are doing the survey. Moreover, the number of smartphone users increased by 1.8% from January 2020 to January 2021, and this equates to 93 million new users in the 21. On average, a person spent the 6 hours and 54 minutes on the internet, which is the data reporter source 2021. So now, what is the consequence of the phone addiction? You can see the image, as I again say, the self-explanatory, like the narcissism, loneliness, and the depression. Overusing your phone can mean all kinds of the consequences from narcissism, loneliness, and depression, anxiety, and even the physical illness like neck injury or the cramps from staring at the phone too long or the posture problem. So what can we do about it? There are all kinds of the things that can be done about the smartphone addiction. Procrastinate it at night an hour before bedtime and turn it off when you are going out to dinner with friends or family or if you are in a meeting. If you often use your phone when bored, then try find something else instead of the 10 sit-ups or push-ups are a good and healthy alternative. Bottom line of the smartphone addiction, for many of us having a smartphone is a lifesaver. We work, play and stay connected through our phones. But for a growing group of the people, a smartphone is becoming more of the problem than a help. Smartphone addiction or a problematic behavior associated with mobile phones is a real thing and can have an impact on people's life. So, disconnect from the smartphones to connect your family for some time. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Well, when I connect Dinesh's speech with Stephen Covey's 7 Habits, I remember the third habit. First thing first, I was telling you got to distinguish urgent and important. You got to concentrate on important things, not the urgent things. I'll tell you, Dinesh reminded every one of us this urgent thing always go in line with this smartphone. Always when the phone rings, when the phone buzzes with a text message or WhatsApp message, we get distracted and we simply forget the important things. Thank you so much, Dinesh. Toastmaster Dinesh, this is very important and everyone's problem, I would say. And you took us all the way from the statistics to the solutions, how we can avoid the smartphone addiction. Thank you so much again. And we are happy to hear this type of researchers and speeches, many more in the future. And also, I would like to welcome Dr. Mohammed, who connected